you check the children? Show a little match
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
And I'm Jaime and Fuego.
Back for another patron-requested review. This one is coming straight from a poll selection from the recent month. Sorry, my nose is itching because I'm allergic to this film. Guys, we are going to be talking about Vivarium.
Yes.
Starring Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots.
Yes.
So this film is very, very simple. And I did not like it, to be perfectly honest with you guys. It wasted my life in such a way that I was like, this better have a payoff at the end. But nope!
It doesn't.
Nope!
No.
Nope! They're like, no, we're cyclical. Look, aren't we smart? No, fuck you. You wasted my time as a viewer, and I will not waste my time ever again with you. So, the film is about Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots as a couple that are possibly looking about moving in together. And they are getting serious. They haven't got engaged or anything. They're still just boyfriend and girlfriend. But when they go to this particular place to look at possible houses, they are approached by this dude that works in said place. All the houses on the side of the room are like they look exactly the same.
It's like some of those communities where you're like, oh, every home is identical in the development.
Little boxes
so,
on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky. Yep.
So that was not even
not planned or anything. Nope. So the gentleman that looks, I mean, he's basically a prototypical Mormon, it looks like, just the way that he's dressed. But you have a very
strange, very
he's a very weird demeanor to him.
Yeah.
Very weird demeanor. They call it out immediately, where Eisenberg, as he walks away, is like, that's weird. So basically the guy's like, oh, yonder is a fantastic community for upstart families like yourself. We should go look at it right now. And they're like, no, not really. He's like, no, we should go look at it right now. And he just is weirdly convinces them. So they get in their cars and they follow him to this crazy, photocopied home environment where literally every home looks exactly the same. And they stop in front of a home named number 9. Named number 9, but a home numbered 9. And they go and they look through it. And the guy's like, here's your living room, here's the master bedroom, here's this room, here's that room. And he leads them out to the backyard. And when they go to the backyard, he just walks away. And they're like, oh, I don't know about this backyard. What's the information you have? And they look back and he's gone. Yep. And then they go back out to try and find him. They look through the house, they can't find him. And they go out front and his car is gone. Yeah. And so they're like, all right, whatever, let's just get out of here. And so they get in their car and they try and leave, and they are unable to leave this development. They cannot find their way out. It goes on and on and on.
And there's pretty much no other people in any of
all
the
of
other
her tree
houses.
fans. It just goes on and 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 on. Anyway, so he literally so much so that Eisenberg uses his ladder, because he happens to have a ladder on the top of his car, ironically enough, uses the ladder to get up on the roof, climbs to the top of the roof, and when he gets there, all he can see is development as far as the eye can see. There is nothing beyond. You can't see anything in the distance beyond just more and more houses, and very particularly photoshopped level clouds. Yeah. Not normal clouds that look like shapes or anything like that, just clouds that look like clouds.
Because
no, that's what she calls it out at one point. Yeah, she's like, have you noticed that the clouds just look like clouds, like what a cloud should look like, not shapes or anything like what clouds look like. Yeah. So they're stuck here, and they are unable to escape, and so they live here. And food shows up via box with no clue who shows up with it or when. And whenever they're not looking, it shows up.
And then there's something else that shows up eventually.
Yes, a baby.
Which really gives a turn of weirdness to this film. It's a rapidly aging child.
Right, and the box says, raise the child, be released. And so they basically stick with it and raise the kid, and the kid is just the worst. It's like you were handed the kid from the Babadook, who just screams whenever he's hungry, or screams when he's tired, or screams just screams and will not stop until
12 packs of Mountain Dew all goddamn day.
Yeah, just will not stop until you give him exactly what he wants, but he won't tell you what he wants. So anyway, they're stuck doing this, and Eisenberg just without spoiling the rest, this is the situation they're in.
That's about the halfway point.
Yeah, they have to try and get out. They are stuck raising this child who is rapidly aging.
And Eisenberg
they
is going
cannot-
nuts, like digging in the front yard.
Digging
and
a
all
hole in the front
this,
yard.
and-
So
yeah.
what happens from there? And I will say that it absolutely does not resolve in any sort of satisfying way. I hate, like,
It was
the
one of my
ending is
qualms
very
about the movie.
predictable,
Yeah.
but not satisfying. And that's not a good thing. So I didn't like the acting between Eisenberg and Poots was phenomenal.
I thought they were really good.
They were
You know,
great.
that was what
Yep.
made me
Acting
actually
was good.
enjoy this movie comparatively to you, because I don't
The
really.
story sucked.
It did. It was simple, one-note sort of shit, man. Trying to, once again, like in our previous review, we're talking about stretching a very simple narrative into a feature-length sort of situation. This did not really sustain, unfortunately. It was really our two leads, because they're both kick-ass actors in that regard. And so I actually reviewed this during the pandemic on Fuego-tainment way back in the day, like maybe 2.5 years ago. And so, yeah, I didn't love it. I wasn't over the moon about it, but I'm more okay with bunker movies. Like, I like, 10 Cloverfield Lane. I like some of
bunker
those
movies.
sort of films.
That
and,
has
yeah,
payoff. If it has a payoff, fine. The payoff here was
although the payoff in
non-existent.
that one was a reshoot, remember? So,
Yeah,
you know,
well, it was monsters. So
when they tried to fold
was
it
happy
into
about
that
that.
particular universe. But no, this film is unfortunately relatively dull in a lot of ways, especially, I rewatched it when we saw that it was added to the spreadsheet for our Patreon stuff, and I actually liked it a little bit less, and even hearing some of your rage about it is kind of reinforcing that sort of situation. I still like Eisenberg and Poots and pretty much everything that I've seen them in, like Pooch in the Green Room, dude. Like, she kicks so much ass in that film. But yeah, it's just there's not a lot going on, and the fact that the man-child that we eventually get is so insufferably friggin' annoying. And I know it was deliberately done as such, but I don't know. Simple dystopian, not really horror in a lot of ways at all. Very much
I
like.
mean, it was horrific for me to have to sit through that. So.
Okay, well, there you go. But yeah, this is more of the sci-fi thriller. Probably would have served itself better as like a anthology segment on something, in the 20-ish range, as opposed to trying to
Another Black Mirror
yeah,
situation.
exactly, as opposed to trying to drag out an entire 80-90 minutes, whatever the hell this one was, because it was right around that range. So yeah, really, really minimalistic, and just weighing heavily on our two leads who do everything they can, but besides that,
Can't save it. Can't save it.
Can't, unfortunately.
So yeah, guys, I don't really want to waste much more time on this. The effects were fine. I mean, it was digital
Not a lot
grass
of them.
growth
Yeah.
and digital grass retreat, and that was about it. So yeah, nothing terribly crazy as far as that goes. So
Yeah, all the homes looked like they were on a soundstage as opposed to actually being in a development community of that regard.
yeah, there was a soupçon of not Forrest Gump, Truman Show in there. and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
very
that, so.
Truman Show vibes, actually. With like the whole, the like community that's supposed to feel realistic, but it's very evidently not. So,
Right,
yeah.
exactly. So yeah,
Oh, well.
I didn't like this movie. I don't think you should waste your time.
I thought
Fuego
it's
apparently
okay.
liked it
It's
okay the first time.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I liked it a little bit more the first time. I believe it's on Prime, if I'm not
Yep,
mistaken.
it is on
So,
Prime for
yeah,
free,
if
so.
you feel like checking it out, it's a slow burn and not really getting you to
It's a no burn.
satisfying payoff. No burn.
So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you to those of you that voted in the poll for wasting our time. Greatly appreciate that.
They all
Just
voted
kidding,
on it
just
because
kidding,
they
just
liked
kidding.
it and wanted to hear thoughts on it.
Yeah,
So.
I get it.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys,
It's
let
very
us know
much a
what your thoughts
pandemic
are.
movie, man.
Yeah, let us know what your
Yeah.
thoughts are in the comments down below. Until next time, though, I've been Cecil Laird.
And gracias, Jaime. Fuego.
And remember, stay scared.